guys. Welcome aboard, brother. Woo! I love it. You guys got good energy. I like that. I didn't have to ask you to repeat and yell louder. That's good. Okay, guys, my name is Manny, and this is my good friend Darius. I need everybody's attention for just a couple of minutes. Just a couple of minutes. I need your time. These are the rules and regulations. What we're trying to do is prevent an emergency. So with that said, number one rule on Thriller is to please remain seated throughout the tour. The boat takes sharp turns at high speeds. If we're turning and you're standing, you're falling in. Not fun. Because we will not pick you up until the next tour. That's our motto. Now, when you get to the islands of the rich and famous, if you want to stand up and take a photo, if you want to move to a different seat, if you want to do a little dancing, that's fine with us. But inside this marina, leaving, coming back, and going fast, please remain seated. Number two is no smoking, please, very important. No smoking. It's only 45 minutes, no problem. And you have life jackets underneath all your seats. You don't need the life jackets. They're there for emergency use only. We've never used them, and hopefully we never will have to use them. My advice to you is pretty simple, funny, and smart. If you see Darius and I'm frantically putting on a life jacket and jumping in the water, please do the same thing. Something's happening. The emergency exits are just jump out. You don't have to look for windows or doors, just jump. And don't forget your life jacket. Bad habit. Look at that. Alright, you guys, that's it. That covers the rules and regulations. Now we got to go slow for a few more minutes, and in just a little bit we're going to pick up speed. Before you know it, we'll be at the islands of the rich and famous. After that, we go out to the ocean. At all times, you and only you are responsible for your phones and your cameras. The boat creates splashes. Those splashes sometimes come back into the boat. So beware of your cameras and your phones. Thriller does not assume any responsibilities for your wet items. So please beware of your items so they don't get wet. We like to wave hi at everybody on other boats. Everybody's usually having a good time, so we like to be friendly with that good energy and wave hi to other people. We saw a dolphin on our last tour. The tour before that, we see dolphin quite often. The time that you won't see them is the time that you look away from the surface of the water. You got to keep on looking. You'll see them come out, breathe in some air, and go back down, because as we all know, they are mammals.
Extreme paddleboarding.
Okay, you guys, extreme paddleboarding. Where? Look at that. Oh my goodness. You need the helmet. All right, you guys. Other than that, I really appreciate your attention. During the tour, I'm going to point out different restaurants to you. A lot of people, one of the most frequent asked questions when we get back to the docks is, where can I go get some Cuban food? Where can I go get steak and seafood? I'll point out a few different restaurants throughout the tour. And as we're coming back in from the ocean, I'm going to take photos of you. Maybe even out of the ocean, but if it's smooth enough, I'll go around and I'll take pictures of you guys with your own cameras and phones. I take some really cool shots. I'm sure you'll love them. Other than that, you guys, let's go have fun.
Got an inflatable. Oh, that's horrible. I guess you wanted to save a couple of bucks, huh? Yeah. I saw beautiful brand new ones for like $700, and they looked like wood, but it was a laminate. But they were nice. Yeah, but that's still good. Huh? That's still good. What? No, of course, that's what I'm saying. They're beautiful. They look like they're made out of like wood, you know, the way that they make them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the sleek and fast offshore power boat, Thriller.
Salting.
Safety and comfort. Please take a moment to listen to the following information and safety briefing.
I used to have this girl,
A 50-foot offshore racing catamaran
I got her into
powered
Bernie.
by twin Yanmar turbo
And then
diesels
she would say,
with harnessing service lines developing in 1,000 horsepower. Originally, Thriller power boats were designed with 4,000 horsepower.
The only thing I really didn't like, and I would have seen her with long hair. She had like sort of short, wavy hair. It was nice hair.
Thriller has been modified to ensure that passengers in complete safety and comfort. And although
Let's see. Main thing is going out.
You
know, there's another one right here next to that Boston Whaler.
While aboard Thriller,
That was the one. The one that was next to Boston Whaler forever. It's already like pretty much something.
Life jackets for passengers and crew are located under each seat. 2. Fire extinguishers are located in the crew area and in the rear of the passenger. passenger
So
seating
then
area.
I got her into burning.
Remain seated at all
she got
times
the
and keep your
thing
hands and feet inside the boat, especially when talking. And 4, any used carry-on items should be stowed away by the crew prior to departure. If you should have any questions, please ask your crew for assistance. They can also provide you with information regarding the charter or the ownership of your own
there it is.
throwing power boat. We thank you for your patience and your attention during this very important briefing. So now, I guess it's time for you to...
Guys, I almost forgot to tell you, for your safety, I need everybody, please, to put on your seatbelts. Please, seatbelts. I'm kidding, we don't got seatbelts. I joke around a lot.
and rot inside a corpse's shell.
We gotta go just a little slower through here because we have a guy in the water right here. They're doing some repairs to the bridge, so we need to go really slow because there is a guy right underneath the boat. There he is. He just came out of the water.
Look at a what? See that red? On the rabbit like this, that's like this.
We ran out of gas. It's okay, we got paddles underneath your seat. Just pull out the paddles, we're going to paddle back to base. Are you guys having a good time? I can tell by your hairdos. Look at you guys. Everybody has we have all a new look. Now we got Hibiscus Island over here to the right, that 3-story mansion with the dome on the top. That belongs to a guy from Puerto Rico that likes living la vida loca. Who's that? There you go, Ricky Bird. Everybody say hi to the people on the slow boat. Slow boat, slow. Now look at that dome there. That dome is actually a jacuzzi. The dome actually lights up at nighttime. It looks like little stars. Pretty cool stuff. We see it on sometimes on our last tour of the day, which is our sunset tour. Now I don't think he moved there on purpose, but he moved right next to a 5'4" beauty from Baywatch. Does anyone know who that might be? You said it. Have you been on the store before? You are very smart. You're like one of the only people that has ever said it right. Everybody yells out Pamela because she's so popular. But it's actually Carmen Electra. She has a beautiful yacht. It's not there. She named her yacht Electra. Pretty cool stuff. I actually went to sea school when I got my captain's license. I sat right next to her. I was running late to the class. I was the last one in, and there was an empty seat. And there's Carmen Electra right next to her. I guess the guys are just too shy to sit next to her, but I wasn't shy at all. Hung out with her for 2 weeks, got my license. She got hers. She told me the story that she had just purchased a yacht and she didn't want anybody to captain it. So now she captains her own boat. She wears her little captain's uniform and she looks so hot. Very nice person. I even got the courage on asking her out, but she said Dennis Rodman wouldn't like that. But at least I tried. Right next door, we got Palm Island. They're both connected by small bridges to the MacArthur Causeway. Also, just like Vinny Chicago, takes you from downtown into Miami Beach. Palm Island, back in the mid-1970s, Hugh Hefner from Playboy magazine had a mansion on Palm Island. Now he's Mr. Hollywood. Now, straight in front of us, we got Star Island. Look at this corner property here with all those identical palm trees. That's one property. It's 5 acres of land. I'll tell you who the guy is in just a minute. He paid $20 million for the mansion. Another $50 million to construct the mansion, and he has well over $1 million in exotic plants and palms throughout the property. Now, if you look just beyond the tennis courts, this is how I think he makes his money. You see a solar panel roof building?
Worse.
That's actually a 2,500 square foot, 2-story greenhouse.
Worse.
What does he grow in there? I'm a little suspicious.
I know.
Well, it just so happens he's one of the biggest drug dealers in the United States. Yes. Pharmaceutical drug dealer. He is Dr. Philip Frost. He invented a little blue pill that inspires across the world. What's a blue pill? Viagra. You guys said it with a big smile, not even knowing it. Now look at that. I just thought of this the other day. I was doing a tour and it just came to my mind. Look at the little waterfall right there. It's actually a pool, but it has a waterfall. I nicknamed it Viagra Falls. Why not? Mr. Philip Frost with his own little Viagra Falls in his backyard. Now, many of these mansions throughout these properties, throughout these islands, have been used in movies, music videos, commercials. The fashion industry absolutely love the mansions because of the backdrop, which is basically the colors of the water and most of the time clear blue skies.
Full bar.
Monument Island was actually used in Black Boys 2. There's a scene where they actually, Martin Lawrence has the monument right back of him in one of the scenes. Look at this, yes. I'll have a Johnny Walker on the rocks, please. Johnny Walker rocks. Thank you. I love it. Well, see, I was just going to say, we see blacktop parties from the day into the night. There they go, they're prepping for another one right here. They do a lot of fashion shoots right there on that dock. They love that dock for some reason.
Worse. I know.
The Addams Family, all the episodes of The Addams Family were filmed at this mansion here. This mansion was constructed in 1905. I didn't mention to you that all these islands were man-made. They finished these islands in 1901, and that was the first mansion they constructed. It was built by a guy named Henry Flagler. He's the gentleman that built the East Coast Railway from Jacksonville down to Key West. He used to build vacation homes on his way down to Key West, and this is where he chose to build in Miami. Everybody remembers Miami Vice, of course, because Miami Vice is shown in almost every country around the world. Don Johnson, the star of the show, fell in love with this mansion. They were doing a scene here, which was a boat chase. He saw the for sale sign. When he inquired with it, he found out it was the late great Elizabeth Taylor that was the owner. And he purchased the mansion from her in the mid-1980s for a whopping $25 million. And Elizabeth Taylor herself had the mansion custom built back in the 1970s for $10 million. Shaquille O'Neal, number 32, when he was at the Miami Heat. You remember him? He used to miss the free throws all the time. Nah, but he's a great guy. He owned this mansion for about 5 years. He put it up for sale, and the billionaire boyfriend of Naomi Campbell purchased it for her as a gift, and Naomi purchased the mansion, the yacht, with her own money.
Ain't worry about that.
A little jet boots. Now this mansion here is where they filmed parts of the movie Cocoon 1 and 2 back in the late 70s and the early 80s. The mansion also is for rent if anybody's interested. If you don't like your hotel room, if you don't like your friend's house, check into this place. It's only $12,000 a night, 4-night minimum, and it does include Wi-Fi. That's a bargain.
Bargain.
Sylvester Stallone owned this mansion for about 3 years. He decided to go back to the Coconut Grove area. He put it up for sale. A famous shoe designer named Donald Pliner purchased it from him.
Now
this mansion here was an empty lot just 4 years ago. Jennifer Lopez purchased it as an investment. She had the mansion constructed. She's selling it today for $45 million.
They get ready to wake them out.
Now this mansion here, Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's Hamburgers, gave this mansion to his daughter as a gift because she graduated high school with an above average GPA. She turns 18, she got the mansion, and I got a shiny bicycle. Lucky me.
They get ready to wake them out.
this mansion here is where they filmed the famous music video Welcome to Miami. Bienvenidos a Miami. Will Smith chose his own vacation home to film Welcome to Miami. Madonna was going to buy this mansion and knock it down and create her own palace. She found something that was already built. The tower that you see there is the center of the island. That used to be a security tower for Al Capone's security team. Al Capone had the third oldest mansion on the island. There was hardly any trees. Remember I told you these were man-made islands. There wasn't no bridge access, so they needed to have a 360-degree surveillance of any suspicious boats pulling up to the island because he did have a lot of enemies, as we all know. This is where Madonna chose to buy. She purchased it. To her surprise, she had a few parties. They started complaining about her loud noise. They called the police on her a bunch of times. She said, this island is not for me. She sold it to Xuxa, the Brazilian talk show host.
Hey, look, the dock is sinking again. Sinking.
Gloria and Emilio Estefan. If you notice, it's two separate mansions. The one on the right side is a state-of-the-art recording studio by Sony Sound with guest quarters and gymnasium. They live on the house on the left, and they got a great restaurant right next to the base named Bronco's Cafe. I'll point it out to you when we get closer. And in the movie Bad Boys 2, at the end of the movie, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are floating in the pool. The pool breaks and it falls into the water that was filmed here. This mansion was actually owned by Jackie Gleason from the Honeymooners in the 1950s. It's still in the Jackie Gleason family. They don't even live inside. They're constantly renting it out for weddings, videos, and exclusively Victoria's Secret's catalog and Playboy magazine in the interior.
He was going pretty fast up too. Really slow down.
Alright, you guys, that is Scarface. Say hello to my little friends. No way. Oh my goodness. Yep. Call. So anyways, that big white house that he died in at the end, that used to be right here. The mansion used to belong to Al Capone. There was a tunnel that went from here to the tower for security reasons. It was owned by Julio Iglesias for the film Punch of Scarface. And then about a year ago, a celebrity couple from Housewives purchased the mansion. They found out they wanted to knock it down. The Art Deco Historic Society took them to court and said, you can't. They kept on fighting it. They got a different lawyer. They won. It was actually used all over America. So they knocked it down. So now it's just a little ghost mansion. I remember this mansion since I was a little kid. I used to love it. For some reason, I used to think that President Nixon lived in there because it looked like the White House, I guess. Okay, you guys, we're going to pick up speed. We're going to go out to the ocean now. Please be aware of your own cameras and your phones. If it's smooth enough out in the ocean, I'm going to go around and take photos of you guys with your own camera and take some really nice shots. Let's go up there.
Yeah, I told you that there was only one boat registered. Why do you have this? Okay. Just make sure you don't put it
guys are looking for many years. Right up the other side of these buildings right here, you got